Welcome to the RSP Film Room. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. You know, I'm in the middle of moving, so I'm at an extended stay. I've been here for a month. Going to be here probably for another month. At least we got our close date, so the Mrs. RSP and I are pretty happy about that. But, you know, things are going pretty well in this little RSP gorilla cave that I've got going on here. Getting a lot done. I just finished watching Joshua Jacobs of Alabama, the running back. Got really excited about what I saw there. Probably more details with that in another boiler room or film room. So I thought, you know, let me finish up a little bit of this session with watching an Iowa tight end, TJ Hockenson. Everyone's talking about George Fant. I like this guy a lot more. A lot more. So we're going to take a look at TJ Hockenson, sophomore, number 38 of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's start talking first about his ability to block, and this is going to be a common theme throughout this tape against Indiana. You can see him on the right side here. Get off the line quickly, get outside, really be able to get under the pads of that defender and get him, you know, well to the numbers before the defender's able to shed him free. Let's look at it one more time. See how he closes that gap? I mean, he is shoulder to shoulder, chest to chest with that man, is able to get his hands inside. And that's what you need to do. You don't want to overextend. You want to make sure that when you land a punch, that you land your hands, that you are close enough to do some work. And he does some work there before that defender can do anything about it. I mean, that defender is well out of the play. Now, he functions a lot as an inline receiver. You're going to see him bottom left with Fant over on the wingback side. But you're going to watch this quick little route. He's going to work underneath Fant on a kind of a rub route. You're going to see this right here. Get upfield, nice tight turn, breaks back towards the ball a little bit, catches with his hands, lowers the pads, get a few more yards from the defender who hits him in the shoulder. Nice job protecting the ball with his left arm. Keeps it high and tight there, and maybe a little tighter it could be, but, you know, pretty high right there. Nice work on that particular play. This play I showed on Twitter a few minutes ago because it's the goods. He's up at the right side in line on this defensive end. And when you are a tight end who can dominate a defensive end in the run game on a direct block like this, love it. Comes off with a pretty flat back or his shoulders underneath the pads of his man. He's able to roll his hips upward to turn that man up and get him off balance. And then watch him keep moving his feet and working his hands inside. He's got his hands latched inside to the yoke there of the jersey, and he's able to drive that man all the way to the ground and make some pancakes right there. We're going to look at it one more time from a closer viewpoint. See how he gets his hands in there underneath the arm? He's able to work that arm underneath that inside arm of the defensive end. Gets his hands into that yoke. See how tight he's got his hands in there, and he's able to just continue to extend and push and push. It's a beautiful play. That's awesome stuff, folks. Awesome stuff. Now we're going to see some of the receiving prowess. Bottom left, I formation. At least bottom left of the line. Here he is. Watch him work off the line here. Doesn't have any trouble getting off the line. Nobody's really impeding him. Beautiful reach for the ball there. Watch this. Goes high. Is able to extend and stay in the air and hang. Catches with his hands. It goes through a little bit of his grip there. And we'll talk about that grip in a minute, but watch 1 foot down, 2nd foot down, then hits the boundary. So the hands are a little far apart there as he goes up. He wants to keep those thumbs together a little bit more. That's why the ball almost slides out the back. But he's able to hang on to the back end of the ball, get both feet in. Nice extension and awareness here. Let's look at all the way through one more time. Can't give this guy a clean release. He's going to outrun a linebacker all day long. He does that pretty well, at least a Big Ten linebacker. And I like how he frames that separation there as he gets upfield. You're going to see one more time. He extends that arm a little bit. It's not much of a push. It's just more of a framing the distance he already had. Nice full extension there. Beautiful play. One of the important things about evaluating tight end play is to see the variety of blocks that he can execute. And you're going to see him here with a reach block, which means that you're kind of working from the backside. At least it's not so much that you're working from the backside, but you're working from one end to the other side laterally and trying to get in front of that man to at least reach that inside shoulder so that you can kind of wall him off. That's what you're going to see here. See him work inside, get that downfield shoulder ahead of the defender so that he now has him blocked off, and then he can kind of one-arm him and slow down his progress from the backside there. That's a sign of good quickness. Nice job using his arm and shoulder as leverage there to get that shoulder inside, understanding the technique, and being able to make the most of that situation. Now here's a cutoff block. You're going to see him on the wing, left side, and watch him work upfield and then pivot so that he can square the defensive end and just shield him. You know, not all blocks have to be road grading, pancakes. A lot of it is finesse. And you can see it's finesse here. It's just a quick pivot. Are you quick enough to get off the line and take those first steps? See how explosive that first step was? Watch it again. See, that's excellent. When you can have that short area burst to be able to earn that type of position, it makes you a really versatile blocker. It helps you out in terms of being able to get to the second level. It helps the offensive line because you can reach block effectively. You can pivot like this and cut off block like he's doing here. You can be a good direct blocker. Helps you. It shows the potential he has even as a pass protector in terms of his ability to slide, because if he can get that quick upfield like that and then pivot around and be square, you can bet he's going to be able to slide laterally. Now let's watch Hockenson on the right side of the formation against a different defensive end, a little bit of a bigger dude, and you're going to see he does a nice job here as well. Gets low, comes to the inside shoulder, and then works his way to the outside to basically turn that man and wall him off. Again, another nice job cutting off and doing it with a bigger man. Hands inside, very good job, rolling that hips a little bit. Here's some pass protection. You can see him on the right side. Watch him slide out on this outside linebacker. And the fact that he can get outside that quick and get square, be able to turn that man, use the one arm a little bit to get that leverage and keep that man at bay. It's really nice. Very active hands as well. Fights to try and maintain position there. Like it. Hockenson also shows some ability to release from the line of scrimmage and use his hands and his feet in conjunction. You want to see that from an inline tight end or a guy who might actually play in the slot or out wide occasionally against a defensive back. Watch him work a little bit to the outside in his stem right here, and then basically swim over top with that outside arm. Watch it one more time. Bottom right. There he is. Very smooth. He's not targeted on this play, but you can definitely see, the ability there for him to use his hands and his feet in conjunction. He does that smoothly. You can bet he's going to learn some other skills as well when it comes to different types of hand work. And he even draws a penalty on this particular play. We're going to watch him, I think, on this particular one, reduce the shoulder a little bit right there. And he's going to challenge that man up the stem and then try and reduce the shoulder as he works across. The defender blocks him off, doesn't look back to the ball. And you get your interference call right over here. See the defender holding him up, and then Hockenson, for a little extra added effect, tries to go after the ball a little bit and tries to run through him to really signal to the official what's going on here. Now, I love this play. Love it. Love me some blocking right here. Here he is outside the left tackle. You see him take on this defensive end and just seal him to the inside. Good job with the initial punch. He's able to stay with him, turn him, and then just push him back. Turn that defender's momentum against him. You're going to see it again from this end zone view. Here he is. Comes off well, rolls those hips a little bit, slides outside, turns the man inside with that. Continues to keep his hands to work them inside the arm so he stays with good leverage. Gets that defender trying to slide off to the inside, and once that happens, he can just now take that downfield shoulder and turn it back in, push him away. Hockenson motion across. We're going to get a little shallow route. Often you see him catching with active hands. He does not fight the football at all. George Fant fights the ball a little bit. But you see here, nice hand position, catches it away from his frame, tucks it, has enough burst to work upfield there and run through one wrap, bounce off a second, 30-yard gain after the catch. Let's look at it one more time. Little shallow route. Good burst. That's good stuff. This is a good athlete. This is a good athlete after the catch. He can block. He can run routes. He can win high balls in the end zone. He can make plays for you in the open field. All right, here we go again. I formation up front. That's nice. It's a patient approach to the linebacker here. Works off his man towards the inside, comes back. When that defender's there, backside, waiting at the hole, look at him. Get that inside shoulder. Turn him. That's just enough for the running back to get a nice gain there. Underrated play right there. Now here's the second touchdown of the day. In line, I formation. He's going to get a free release. Free release, and I believe this is going to be a sail route. Nope, it's just a out to the flat, short out. Again, active hands. This one's a little bit closer to the chest, but he still catches it with his hands first. Breaks through the wrap there. Good balance to maintain his feet, and then just accelerates and beats a linebacker and a defensive back who never had the angle in the first place. See, nice hands position right there on the catch. Runs through the reach. Bye-bye. I also love this play because it's not just about him running past people. You want to see how he does with routes where maybe he's working laterally across the field, east-west. Here he is, wing back to the right. He's going to run this out. He's going to work up the field. Quarterback sliding to the right. Nice job, underhand catch, slides to get that knee down, stays in bound. You can see the boundary awareness is strong with him. He reminds me a little bit of the Ravens tight end, who I watched years ago, came out the same time as Rob Gronkowski, Dennis Pitta. Except he's a little more athletic than Pitta was, but Pitta could make these types of plays. Pitta was a good blocker, very agile, very good with his body to make adjustments. He reminds me some of Dennis Pitta, and that's a very good big compliment. I like the release here. Work inside, reduce the shoulder, get his hands away from the defender's reach. The quarterback just can't get it to him. Now here's one, I believe, where he drops the ball. We're going to work upfield on a sail route, gets the separation. The ball's behind the receiver. This ball should have been thrown so that he could never had to turn back to it. But he's got to turn back into the sun. Still should have caught it. Has his hands there. It just bounces off. He lost that ball in the sun. But you can see he has the burst. He's going to beat safeties upfield with certain types of routes like this. It's just the quarterback's responsibility where he can make the pass a little bit easier. And again, hand position could be a little bit better. Seem to have lost the ball, though. And when your hands are a little bit out like that and they start to spread out, that's not always good. But also part of that can be he can't really see what's going on. But big fan of what I'm seeing here. There's a nice little arm over move right at the top of the stem as he works inside out. He manipulates his opponents with the stem, working to the opposite side where he's going to break, forcing that defender to turn away. This is a polished tight end. I really like what he offers as a route runner, as a runner after the catch. as a rugged, physical player in the run game and his potential in the pass game. TJ Hockenson. Keep an eye on this guy, whether he gets drafted this year or he declares next. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP Boiler Room and Film Room videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.